Now, back to Tony and Casey's Best of Food and Wine on Smooth and Easy. CL 650.
I'm on top of the world.
Welcome back to the final session this afternoon of the Best of Food and Wine. I'm Tony Gismondi.
I'm Casey Wilson.
Our guest is Francesco Pineider.
Yes.
Sales and marketing from Argiano. It's a great name in Italy and an old brand that we know well in Vancouver. Welcome back.
Thank you.
I was just saying I haven't seen the Salengo label in a while. That beautiful distinctive blue label. Yes. But first we're going to start with a flagship wine, the Brunello di Montalcino. Brunello. We haven't talked too much about it on the show this week.
No, we haven't.
It's such an amazing wine.
It is.
Where is Argiano? Set the stage for our listeners.
Well, Argiano, it's located. We're in Tuscany. We are actually in the middle of Tuscany, the heart of Tuscany, Montalcino.
Sure.
And Montalcino is a small medieval town
with a tower.
With a tower in the middle.
Yeah.
Only 5,000 people living in there.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
But with a lot of wineries around.
Yeah.
So relatively small, but there is more than 200 wineries today.
And a special clone of Sangiovese, but it's Sangiovese, but the Brunello clone, I guess,
Sangiovese Grosso.
Yeah, Sangiovese Grosso, exactly. So, but it's not a Chianti Classico. Like, how would you describe the difference in Brunello from Chianti Classico?
Well, you know, there is many different clones of Sangiovese. Yep. So, of course, in Montalcino, we use some specific clone to make this wine, and of course is a clone that is very suitable for the terroir over there, and it's very different than the Chianti. The Chianti is not very far from Montalcino, but it's really, really different in soil and in the microclimates. We're a little higher. We're also closer to the sea. Actually, Argiano, we are on the southwest, so we're really about 40 kilometers from the sea.
So
and
you
we
get that
benefit,
effect.
Yes, we benefit a lot from this microclimate.
Okay, I've just had a sip of this wine. It's so elegant. It's so delicious. I don't know. Is it? It must be easy to work there in some ways.
I have to say so. Yes, it's easy, but it's a big responsibility because
of course.
It's one of the oldest winery in Montalcino. You know, since 1580. And so
it's
it's also
unbelievable. Since 1580,
is
almost 500 years old.
Exactly,
It's crazy.
Exactly.
So it's pressure for you to keep up the reputation.
Very, very. But I'll try, you know. And of course, the wine wasn't like that, you know, back then.
No.
And but there was already a production of olive oil and wine even 500 years ago. So there is really a nice evolution in the wine. And like he was saying, I mean, today we release a wine that is only, we can say only 5 years old, but it's really fantastic. You can enjoy today, and you can enjoy it in 5 years, or you can put it in your wine cellar and just wait 10 or 15 or 20 years.
But these wines are so amazing. Like, really, I've been tasting these wines for almost 35 years. They never tasted like this when they were young, you know, 20 years ago. There's been a big difference in the way that obviously the way that the grapes are grown and the way they're handled at the winery. These wines are so much more interesting even when they're young.
I agree. I think in the 80s, in the 90s, when this wine became famous here in the United States and around the world, we tended to make some wine that it would last, longer. They were almost difficult to drink when they were young.
Yeah.
And today we really abandoned that idea.
Yeah, they were almost like Barrique Bordeaux thing going on.
Exactly. And Argiano is really one of those wineries we totally don't use Barrique.
Yeah.
We use it for the Solengo. We taste it later.
Yeah,
but
that's
for
a
this
different
one,
wine, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're very traditional. We like those big barrels like they used to do. And
but explain that to our listener. Everybody likes the big barrel, but why do they like the big barrel? What is it that happens with the wine?
Well, what happened is that you basically trust, we can say, more the vineyards and the fruit of these vineyards, which are the grapes.
Yeah.
And you don't want to affect too much the wine.
So scientifically, you got way more juice in a vessel contacting less oak. And
exactly.
It's older oak, too.
Exactly.
So the influence is more an exchange of oxygen than it is of oak.
Correct.
I think.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we didn't maybe trust too much that grape to give us such a good result. And now we're discovering that without the barrique, we actually can achieve even more
Well, when
than
you-
the
yeah,
aging.
if you smell this, Casey, like really, it could be a perfume. Like when you think about it, you
That's
know.
a great comparison.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yeah.
it
I love
is.
that.
Well, that's it. I mean, this
It's the
is-
only kind of perfume we want in this room, though.
Yeah,
I agree.
But that's the attraction of it. That red fruit, that perfume knows that aromatics, but nothing too much.
It's
just,
true.
Just
It's
like,
very balanced.
I want to meet that woman, sort
Yes.
of. You know.
It's very feminine. It's a
Yeah.
very woman wine, I think.
Yeah.
It has a very floral, like roses, and it's really, really elegant.
Yes, it is.
But it's regal. It's Brunello too. So it's a double whammy. I love it.
Yes, yes, especially when it gets older,
Yeah.
and you have a more earthy,
Yeah.
you know, so you abandon the elegance and it becomes a little more earthy,
Yeah, it's
more
so good.
rustic. But that's Tuscany, and we
Yes.
love that.
I would like to be Tuscan.
Yes, who wouldn't?
I mean, I feel like I'm Tuscan, but I like to be more Tuscan, like living there.
Well,
Yeah, it's not so easy. Okay, so the Argiano, and I don't have the price, but I'm going to get the price for this wine while we talk about the Salengo second, which is a different ball game altogether. So we go from Brunello to Salengo. How do you compute that?
wow, that's a really a big challenge. Totally different wines.
Yeah.
And I was explaining earlier to some customer, it's really when we talk about the Brunello, it's a very traditional type of wine.
Okay.
While the Solengo, it's a very modern type
Yeah.
of wine. Of course, it was born also, it's very young. We're talking in the 90s. And actually, we can give an homage to the winemaker, which is Giacomo Takis, that left, just a few weeks ago. He passed away a few weeks ago.
That's right.
And he's the winemaker, of the Sassicaia, of the Tignanello, many other wines. And he decided to plant some grapes that were totally, it was a very big revolution
Yeah.
in Montalcino in the 90s to plant some Cabernet, some Merlot, and some Petit Verdot back then.
Part of that
And-
super Tuscan wave of
Yes, that was
Yeah.
the super Tuscan waves. That's
Yeah.
why it got so famous, and the people were really appreciating the new wave, of
Yep.
not only of wine but also of winemaking, because of the wood, because of the process, how to make the wine, and it's incredible that still today, we can have in a winery with such a tradition, a wine, that represents us, like the Brunello, and on the other side, the Solengo, which is a total modern type of wine.
So this is Cabernet, Petit Verdot, Syrah, and Merlot.
Exactly.
And Salengo, the word Salengo, why did you choose that word?
There's a little story behind,
Yeah.
and of course it was thanks to Giacomo Takis, but a new type of wine was born, which was going totally against the traditional Brunello. And so the name was basically comes, it's a dialect in Montalcino, and means a wild-born, a solitary wild-born. That when it's old, it goes on his path, and he goes to die by himself.
Great name.
It really represents this
Nasty
wine.
old
Yes.
guy.
Yeah, that's the old guy. That
Yeah.
it's rough, and
Yeah,
That
his
was
skin
the
is quite
Salengo.
thick, and
yes,
you don't want to eat him.
exactly. But
Can
actually,
we-
today you really want to drink this wine.
Yeah.
Can we visit you?
Please,
I know it's a spectacular spot.
you have to. Really,
Yes.
you have to. We started like 2-3 years ago with a new property to have also a nice bed and breakfast,
Oh,
which
excellent.
it used to be the place where we made the olive oil from the
Oh.
1800.
Right.
It's called Posta Lorciaia, and is actually where the olive oil was made.
Are you still making olive oil
We do make some exceptional extra virgin olive oil.
for sale, or you use it?
No, for sale. We have about
Great.
2,000 plants. Everything is right there in the property. All the vineyards, about
Yeah.
50 hectares
Yeah.
around the property, and 2,000 plants. So the production even of olive oil is not as much, but when you taste it, it's fantastic. So I really wait for you
Yes.
someday, and it's
Our guest has been Francesco Pineider. Francesco, we have 2 bottles today. By the way, Casey, I'm sure you know this, but this is just a mock-up of the label. Of course, the classic label is black,
it's beautiful
Argiano.
label.
It's one of the most distinctive labels in Brunello. So beautiful. And then, of course, the Salengo is blue.
Yes.
So it's a nice mix. The Argiano Brunello di Montalcino, the 2011, is available in British Columbia. It's $59 a bottle. And, you know, it sounds like a fair bit of money, but as I say, it's about, you know, 1/10 of the price of an average bottle of Bordeaux, and it's way better. So, you know, you can get a whole case for the same price. Anyway, the Argiano will live forever. It'll live as long as you live, so you can actually put it down and enjoy it. The Salengo at $83.99, the Super Tuscan, both highly rated wines and also available in the market, and just bloody fun to drink.
I agree. I agree. Very different. You know, the 2 different styles.
Yeah, completely.
But that's the beauty.
Yeah.
You know, you have from the same winery, from the same region, 2 completely different wine.
Yeah, so good. Francesco, enjoy your time in Vancouver. I hope you get out to eat and see a few places. And
I wasn't at the karaoke last night,
no,
by the way.
and you haven't been bull riding yet.
No, they tried to take me over there, but
Oh my
I
God,
couldn't.
I can't see. Yeah,
I
I didn't realize bull riding was so attractive to Italians.
I don't know either. I mean,
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
Edoardo, but I don't know if he's
But
Italian.
you know those
actually.
guys from Amarone, they're, you know,
It's the wine.
they can be
Yes.
flaky.
Too much alcohol, you know, 15%.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you very much
Thanks
for
so
having
much.
me here.
Yeah,
Thank you.
great.
It's a great pleasure.
Francesco Pineider from really an iconic label in Brunello di Montalcino Argiano. He's pouring wine at the festival. If you come by tonight, make sure you visit them and try the wines. Casey, that's it for this afternoon. I'm off. I'm doing Legends of Italy with 12 Italians in 90 minutes. I might as well shoot myself now. I have no idea how we're going to do 12 wines in 90 minutes. But
Maybe you do karaoke.
yeah, maybe I'll
Yes,
do karaoke.
right.
Yeah, but we'll be back. I have to do it because we're back at 7
Right, you
tonight
better be here.
for the final 2 hours. Art, just to wrap it up, I know we're giving away a fantastic prize, the Painted Boat.
Yeah, we'll draw the name at 9 o'clock at the end of our broadcast tonight.
Beautiful.
9 o'clock, it's 2 nights at the Waterfront Villa Painted Boat Resort Spa and Marina on the Sunshine Coast, a $2,500 value. So get your name in our little
In the
fishbowl.
jar. So we're going to give out the name tonight at the
Tonight
show.
at 9 p.m.
Fantastic. And we're going to announce maybe the theme country for next year.
Well, that's if
We
they-
are at 9 o'clock.
Oh, Casey knows.
Yeah, just look up, baby. Thanks for joining us on the Best of Food and Wine. We'll be back in about 2.5 hours on AM 650.
That's it for today's show. Tune in next Thursday night at 6 for Tony and Casey's Best of Food and Wine on Smooth and Easy, CIL 650. Executive producer is Casey Wilson.